Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/JustNoMil. In today's episode, wedding planning horror. Mael is hijacking the wedding planning. Freedom never tasted so good. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Wedding planning horror. Hello everyone, buckle up, I've got quite the scenario. My husband and I decided to legally get married last year. We signed the papers without anyone present, then planned to have a ceremony a year later with everyone invited. My MIL has repeatedly said, invite whoever you want, it's your day. I know this is a total lie because she then proceeds to tell me her and her siblings have gathered to decide our guest list for their family. Here's where the biggest problem comes in. A cousin has been convicted of a very serious crime against their sibling, not going into details here. Both siblings have a destructive and violent past. I'm talking assault, setting fires, fighting, etc. I've never met them, and his family avoids them at all costs. Minus the MIL and FIL that keep a relationship with the cousin's mom. My MIL asked if I was inviting these cousins, and I said absolutely not. She lost it on me. She told me I needed to take a step back and realize how much family drama I would cause if I didn't invite them. I said, I work too hard in life to pay for people convicted of violent/heinous crimes to have a free dinner and drinks. She wouldn't stop. Said I was going to tear the family apart and cause so much drama. And I need to understand what's coming to me if I don't invite them. Now she will be placed on info diet from now until the event. And I need to understand what's coming to me if I don't invite them. Opie, no, MIL, you need to understand what's coming to you if they somehow get told about this and show up, you will be removed from the reception. You are the only person who still speaks to that branch of the family, so if the criminals show, we'll know who invited them against our expressed wishes. And we will act accordingly. Perfection. Absolute perfection. MIL, you and your husband are the only people who give the felons the time of day. If you want to treat them to dinner so badly, you can host them. They will not be invited to the wedding, and if they show, security will escort them right back out. I'd also seriously consider how much information you are comfortable allowing MIL to have in the future. We keep everything very private because of previous issues. I have no problem answering this question directly. I don't care who they are, people with these kind of crimes aren't coming. End of story. Don't forget to password your vendors. Geez, maybe get security also. Hire security. And if they show up, throw MIL out too. She's now been placed on an info diet. She would be placed on the not coming to my wedding list if it were me. The announcements/invites include a card inside that, due to security issues, no need to state the issue, this pass must be presented to gain entry. Couples get one pass. Working out what happens if they get separated is their problem. The pass should be imprinted with some feature that cannot be photocopied, be it embossing, reflective paper or ink, watermark, microprint, etc. If two venues are involved, they need the pass for both. Passes will not be replaced. Or, can you get recent photos of the miscreants? If you can, copy them and give them to security. This is easiest, but also easiest to defeat. Facial hair is a great disguise. A trusted relative who knows them well enough to hide them would be a good person to have on hand. Wristbands in your wedding colors. Those could actually be fun. Make a reception game involving them. Does it sound like I had this issue for my second wedding? I did. Was terrified my ex would show up and make an ass of himself. My aunt was fearful if I sent an announcement to a great aunt, she'd show up and cause trouble. I assumed she couldn't. I had to provide base security, the names of those attending. She wouldn't be on it. As for MIL, Info diet, she doesn't get to enjoy the pre-wedding preps, and keep her on a behavior tightrope. If she falls off, she gets to stay home. Said I was going to tear the family apart and cause so much drama. And I need to understand what's coming to me if I don't invite them. Isn't this what she should be saying to the cousins? The cousins tore the family apart, caused drama, and this is the consequence they have coming to them. Why do people get this backwards? Is she threatening you? If so, she can be uninvited too. What a heap of trash you are marrying into. Set boundaries now. Stick to your guns on this. You do not need the drama those two cousins will create if they are in the same room at the same time. Is there a possibility of having someone on hand to prevent these cousins from entering the ceremony and reception? Because I can just picture Mil giving them all the info and saying, "Of course you're invited." Mil doesn't care about the drama and the trauma it will cause, let alone any excess costs if these cousins get violent and destructive. Also, is your husband backing you up on all of this? Because you need to understand what's coming to you if you don't invite these troublemakers is a threat in my mind. You and your husband need to set the boundary and stand firm on this. Good luck. Mil is hijacking the wedding planning. My 24M, and I, 23F, are getting married in a few months. We're both introverts, and I have social anxiety, so we planned on having a really intimate gathering for the registration of our marriage instead of a proper wedding. I personally want just my immediate family present on the day, but so wants a few other close family members present, which is understandable. Both our families got together to discuss about the marriage, and when my father asked how we want our marriage registration to take place, Mil immediately jumped in and suggested that we could have a small wedding. I replied that I personally would prefer to have immediate family only, but Mil and Fal replied, "Yeah, we can do that, just us and our brothers and sisters." I let it go then because I assumed they didn't understand what I meant by immediate family. English is not their first language. As for the dates, so when I wanted to have our marriage on our anniversary day because it is a significant day for us. However, Mil and Fal insisted on getting an auspicious time and date selected from a soothsayer based on their personal beliefs. Out of respect, we allowed them to do that, and it turns out the proposed dates don't really fall on our anniversary, but we accepted it just to put them at ease. The following week when we were discussing about getting our rings made, so when I found out that Mil told my mother over the phone that so when I wanted to get a necklace in addition to the wedding bands. This isn't true because I've never had such a discussion with so, and I also do not like wearing jewelry. And when we finally went to get our rings, Mil made me try on necklaces. I ended up caving in and buying a simple necklace mostly just to please her. Today, so saw Fal and Mil writing their own guest list, and so told them that it's up to us to make the guest list and that we will let them know soon about our decision. Fal understood, but Mil has insisted they go over the list they had just made. And the very first person on the list was Mil's brother and his family, whom so and I clearly do not get along with because his daughter sexually harassed so once. So immediately objected to it, and Mil started an argument saying that she and the family would not attend our registration if her brother and his family are not invited. Mil and Fal both know about what happened to so, but they seem to always forget about it. I cannot help but feel like all along Mil has been getting us to plan our registration the way she wants, and now she is acting like she is entitled to make the guest list too while disregarding SO's and my comfort. We also found out that she has called and told all the relatives about the date of our registration without informing us or waiting for the guest list. We haven't planned everything out yet, but I'm so anxious about all the arguments we would have to have with Mil just because our plans for our registration don't align with what she has in her mind. We're also worried that she would somehow find a way to slip in the uncle and his family along with other additional guests into the gathering because she has done that in the past. We cannot confront her about her shitty behavior because she looks blank, acts like she can't hear, or twists it and blames someone else. I also don't want my parents to see my in-laws acting this childishly and go through family drama. I am already starting to dread the day of my marriage. You need to change the date back to when you wanted, return the necklace, and send out invitations to only those you choose to invite. If you don't stand up to her now, she will take over your lives, where you live, if you have children and how you raise them, what you name them, your finances, etc. Start your marriage as you mean to continue, stand up for yourself and have the wedding you and so want. If she can behave, she can come. This is it. Manipulators do this one step at a time, starts with something small like a date, then a necklace, then the guest list, and it gets bigger and bigger. It'll feel harder and harder to go back. Stop caving, stop trying to throw them a bone in an attempt to appease them. All you are doing is validating their bad behavior. Your wedding is all about you two and your choices. If they don't like it, then they can choose not to attend, and you two need to be okay with that. Cancel the wedding and elope. This is going to be a sh*t show all around. This situation screams out for a quiet elopement, followed by a small gathering at a time, place, and location of your choosing and involving only those you want there. You should pay for security for the door. A small cost, especially if everything else is low-key. This is your time and special moment. If his mother doesn't like it, she can go and insert chosen words here. Here's what I read. So when I want a marriage registration ceremony, MIL said wedding, so we conceded. So when I want to get married on our anniversary, MIL said NO. This date, so we conceded. So when I don't like jewelry, but want rings, MIL said, and a necklace, so we conceded. So when I want to make the guest list, MIL said use mine or else, so we conceded. See the pattern, because I sure do. You have zero boundaries. Go elope on your anniversary and be happy. Then you can invite people of your choosing to go out to dinner, then announce that it's a marriage celebration after everyone arrives. This is perfectly said. When I read your post, my thought was, so you dropped to the floor so she could walk on you, then were surprised there were shoe prints. Just stop. As adults, we teach people how to treat us. You and your so are teaching your MIL that you two, even together, are so weak that she can get her way on anything simply by harassing you long enough. You are also teaching her there are no consequences to this kind of abuse, so she has no reason to stop doing it. Why would she? So, welcome to the rest of your life. You will be doing exactly what she wants you to do in your marriage, in your finances, in your relationship with her, and in your relationships with others, and later in how you raise your own family for as long as she lives, which could be decades. The only way to not go down that path is to decide to teach her to treat you like adults, with respect. That means shining up your spines, and giving her firm consequences every time she tries to steamroll over you. She's not hijacking it, you are letting her have her way. You've caved on every demand she's made. Go back to your original plans or be prepared to do whatever she says for the rest of her life. She's not hijacking it, you're handing her the keys. Your future Mill isn't just hijacking the wedding planning, she is setting the precedent for taking over your life. Every time you defer to her, every time you acquiesce a decision to her, you give her more power over your life. She will continue unless her son puts a stop to it and you stand up for yourself and what you want. Change the date. Stop talking to your Mill about the day. If she asks, just tell her you guys have it handled. If she tried to push, tell her unfortunately you keep pushing us for our day. You are no longer welcome to help. We will provide you the information you need. If she threatened not to come, that will be on her. You guys keep giving in, so she also gonna keep pushing what she wants. Imagine if you guys have kids one day. You guys need boundaries. Freedom never tasted so good. If you have been following my journey living with this creature, you would know how much moving out means to me. You kind people on here are blessed. Thank you so much for your advice, because it has finally happened. We have moved out and it has been so blissful. Granted, we have argued quite a bit. Anyone here recovering from a narcissistic parent and MIL will know the strength it takes to overhaul the damages on one's relationship. But our love is so strong and kind that we never have to betray or compromise ourselves ever again. I committed to myself by resorting to eating ramen upstairs just to avoid going downstairs to talk to her. I blocked her number and avoided her for 2 months. While living in her house, it was hard on both of us, but we did it. Oh, and I avoided her birthday by staying in hotels and having a spa day instead. Self-love is real. Apparently she was really hurt, but honestly, I think she's hurt that she can no longer control me and my partner anymore. So she can kick rocks. She is now acting meek and love bombing me with gifts and food, but I don't care anymore. She tried her old tactics of making myself feel bad by saying how she won't be invited to our wedding, she won't have access to our kids, to make me feel guilty when he tells me through tears. BTCHGTFO, outta here with that SHT. You should have thought about that before treating the mother of your grandkids like shit. It's funny because now he sees her manipulation and deals with it himself. Because I've had enough. If you knew the extent of bullying this gargoyle has done to me, all because she has no one else? It's wild when you think about it. I am so happy in my new place, and we listened to your advice and have not told her where we are living, and she keeps trying to pressure my but his spine is so strong, he keeps her at arm's length. However, she whined at him that she wasn't expecting us to leave so quickly, so her cash flow is tight, and so she has to resort to begging us for money. Ha 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 ha. This old English woman would politely sh*t on me for being from a council estate, and now I make more than her son, and she is flabbergasted because she thought she would have his under her thumb for the rest of our lives, because I should know my place. Reminding us of his inheritance and how I couldn't afford my own things because he had to be paying for it. But now she begging for money? This is hilarious. At the end of the day, we will have to save for longer for a house because of her BS, but she wants more money from us? LOL. Of course, the grief I feel at having to endure what I have in my 20s will haunt me for a while, hence the conflicts with my and myself while we address these in therapy and on our own, but at least now we are united in our own family. We have each other, and that fiend can stay far away as possible. I know she is going to try sniffing around because she wants to have one final family dinner to celebrate all of us moving on. But I'm not sure yet if I want to go. And it's great because the power is in my hands. It's my choice if I choose to go. Now I'm on my way to a spa break, moving is exhausting, and I'm going to pamper myself. Take care, and if you have any advice/encouragements, they will always be received with open arms, internet fam. Bye. That final dinner is an ambush. Don't do it. Agreed. They should not reward her attention-seeking behavior. Tell her to find those precious funds she needs in that inheritance she so promises every time she needs to think of something abusive to throw out there. Oh, the market for dust bunnies, dollar store collectibles, and worn house slippers has crashed? Congratulations. I wouldn't go. Not yet, at least. You've only just got your freedom. Relish in it. Congrats, I'm really pleased to read you both escaped the nasty old cow. Well done. Revenge is sweet and not fattening. I know she is going to try sniffing around because she wants to have one final family dinner to celebrate all of us moving on. But I'm not sure yet if I want to go. So can tell her that the two of you have already had your meal to celebrate moving on. Give her nothing. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.